Good morning. We're back on trail after 2 days off, and looks like it's going to rain, so we're trying to make some good time this morning. We got off earlier than we ever have, and so far it's been going really well, and we're about 3 miles in so far, but we're off in that direction, and we're trying to keep ahead of the rain, so maybe we'll catch up with you in a bit. Heading through a forest like this, nobody around. Sean is behind me by, I don't know, half mile maybe. He was taking a break and I was just continuing to move on. And he'll catch up with me in a little bit, but it's primeval. This is very nice walking right here. A little rocky, but I'm taking it slow so that we don't do anything to the knee. And we're just below the ridge, which is up there. But it's supposed to rain, so it's getting windy. And just below the ridge is nice because there's no wind. It gets very, very chilly quickly when you're sweating as you're walking here, and you're on the ridge, so I don't want to get cold. I gotta stay warm, so that's why I'm continuing to move on. Yeah, looks like I'm doing okay. All right then, well, see you in a bit. Hi, sweetie. So we're walking along the trail and just come across these flowers right along the trail edge. We've had a few different types. Very interesting looking. Anyway, we had a pretty decent climb here, and this is still climbing, but it's a much shallower, easier walk. So, and we just filmed a deer who was just off the trail, and we were there for a couple of minutes doing that, so you guys might see that as well if you watch when I put all this together. So anyway, let me get my sticks back out because they get hit some rocks here. I don't want to take a chance on falling, so see you down the trail. So we're on the trail. We just came from there. We're heading over that way. But we're on a ridge right now, so Sean just happened to notice this, and we're going to take a quick walk over here. And show you a little hole in the trees. And this is the vista. So we've got about 8 miles in. We've been walking for about 4 hours, but the 8 miles is just on the AT. We did about a mile, maybe a little bit longer to get to the trail. We started at 6:30, so we're making excellent time, but I wanted to show you this because I saw that we were just about to enter out into this area, which has this incredible group of flowers and a great view. And moving on. And back into the woods. So we arrived here in Old Forge Park about 25 minutes ago, and I arrived first. There was a gentleman here called Tycoon, and he drives his car, comes out here, and he makes food for hikers. And he's just wrapping up right now because it's afternoon time, and it's raining, so he's not going to get a lot of traffic out here. But Sean and I both came in. He made me 4 hot dogs. He made Sean 2 vegetarian hot dogs, or vegan hot dogs. We got some cupcakes and cookies and that sort of thing. He had a cooler full of drinks in the back of his car, so I had a Pepsi, and it's just wonderful how they take care of everybody here on the trail. And it has all kinds of extra things that you wouldn't believe. There was a gentleman here who had glasses that were dirty. So the guy had wet lens wipes. He had a whole bunch of battery chargers here so that people could charge their phones and that kind of thing. It's really amazing. So Sean and I are getting ready to start walking again. But it's also raining. So we're going to be getting wet, but we were already sweating, so we'll see you down the trail. Okay, so the section we're on right now is going up. We have to go up about 700 feet in 2 miles. But so far it's been a pretty gentle climb. We'll hit some steeper spots here in a bit, maybe more rocks as well. But for those of you who think, I could do this isn't too hard. Just so you know, right now it's raining. Sean and I walked so fast earlier that we stayed ahead of the rain for about 6 hours. Because it was just starting to rain as we were leaving Fayetteville. So we were pretty lucky that we stayed ahead of it until about noon. So now it's raining, but we're getting it done. We're getting the miles in, so we should have a good 14 miles in today at least. When we get to the shelter, we'll see how I feel, and if I feel like going on, we're going to go on. We're going to try and knock this thing out and get a couple extra miles every day. Hopefully, if we do that, we can come home early. So, anyway, we'll see you further down the trail. So, we've arrived in a shelter along the trail. And Sean is now trying to get a fire going outside the shelter, but he's having a hard time because it is soaking everywhere. The wood has, been in the rain all day, but he's been working at it, and we finally are starting to get a kind of a smoky fire going. And I'm not exactly sure what Sean's going to do for the rest of the night. He talked about putting his hammock up, but we're also supposed to get a couple of thunder showers later on. So I'm staying here in the shelter. I won't be tenting outside tonight, but that's what these are designed for along the trail. So we got here about an hour and a half ago, and we're trying to give me a hand out of the way, trying to get settled and that sort of thing. I'm in the shelter, and I'm in my sleep setup because it is 65 degrees, and it is quite chilly right now here. So I don't have sweatshirts and stuff like that because we're not carrying that sort of thing. But it's pretty chilly. So when you get someplace and you don't have the right clothes, you jump into your sleep set, and then you can be all right. Now I'm going to swap the camera around so that you guys can see that. Been on the fire right there. Sean's, like I said, been working on it for about a half an hour or so, and it's very smoky, and that's a good thing because that means we won't have any bugs. So, but it's a nice little shelter site, and we're just hoping that we can keep nice and dry while we're here. So we'll probably see you sometime tomorrow morning. Have a good night.